morning and welcome back to our YouTube channel where we converted this stone barn. Here's what it looked like before and this is what it looks like now. We are in the process of completely finishing it and we've got loads of jobs that we're going to be bringing you along with today.
Welcome back to the Snag List Chronicles. Today we are going to be snagging all over the place because I've got a big tick list and we need to get this place finished. There's probably about 5 or 6 jobs that we can get done just today that are just niggly little things that need doing. The first one is to finish this gutter. Obviously, I laid pipe underground to receive this gutter. So now I can chop this up, get it installed, and then when it rains, the water runs really nicely far away from the house. And that's exactly what you want. This whole thing, I've designed it and graded it with the digger so all of the water flows away from the house.
Thank you to everyone who pointed out in the last video, these are called sawhorses. Sawhorses or trestles. They are very handy and now I can remember what they're called, so that's brilliant. Bracelet. Do you need me to hold anything?
No, it should be good.
Do you need a pen or anything, or are you just going to scratch it?
All good. I'm just going to cut straight through the tape measure.
Oh, brilliant. That's good. Stubborn at the end. Hey! Nice looking pipe.
Oh, yeah! Let's go! Look at that.
It's piped. It's ready.
Just needs gluing and we're good.
Task number 1 is done, and yes, I've got Theo's Raymir's hat on because I love my sunnies. I always wear them, but I cannot stand it when the sun gets behind the sunglasses. It's so annoying. I don't actually have any of my own sun hats. Well, if you don't know who Raymir's is, check him out. He is an outdoor legend of the bushcraft.
In the UK.
In the UK. He's like the less commercialised version of Bear Grylls. That's what I was trying to say, and I got there in the end. Someone, and I'm not naming names, but I'm going to say it was either a fox or a pine marten or a mongoose or a weasel. Laid a log on the driveway, and yeah, if you're squeamish of turds, sorry I didn't really give you much notice, but there's a poo. Enjoy.
We need to move some dirt. There's a little bit around the other side, which is, now that I've finished all of the pointing and all of that stuff, we can start filling it in, order a bit more gravel, and then the whole landscaping will be completed.
Ooh.
But we need to order the gravel probably on the way out today.
All right, cool. Theo wants to take the turd home as a memento.
What do you reckon it is?
I've already said it's either a fox, a mongoose, a weasel. How does it taste?
Bit salty.
Salty?
This is what thinking ahead is all about. I moved this sand here for this reason, so I knew that I wasn't going to have the tractor. So I thought I'd dump this for later down the line as close as possible. So I have to do as little work moving it. So this should be quite quick. Sand's really heavy though, especially wet sand.
I don't know why I chose to crouch here, but
Go on then.
I did it and I got a I think I should call the short straw.
So, I should have told you, but we start from that side. That's the whole point, because I can just spade this into there.
If he was really thinking ahead, he would have told me what to do.
You just literally went to the closest place possible.
Obviously, this is heavy as hell. Why am I doing this? It should be the other way around.
What I've moved,
all over my legs.
all of that we've moved is not even one bucket with the tractor.
Sad.
So if you're wondering why we're using sand to fill in these gaps around the stone house, it's because it drains really nicely, but also it's to protect all of the pipe work that's under here. So there's pipe work just here that sends the water from the drain pipes out and away from the property, and the sand just kind of fits and packs around it really nicely, and you won't damage or break your pipe. If I put gravel straight on top, you could get a sharp piece that you put pressure on it and it breaks underground and you don't know about it. You end up having to dig it all up. So sand also drains really nicely. So there'll be gravel on top of here, which drains really nicely into the sand layer, and any water from the rain that just falls near the house just is persuaded the other direction. So that is why we're using sand.
So step 3 is to wire this electric wire, obviously, to the pump for the boiler, for the heated water for the house.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. But that's not the right question to ask. Which end? Obviously that one is going in the pipe. In the hole!
I was just going to say, in the pipe! Just got to get round this U-bend.
Oh no, how on earth?
Gravity.
What, down a U-bend in a pipe that's facing upwards on the other side?
It's all good.
Here she is. You've got a wonderful baby girl. And now that just continue your merry journey into the house. I said I didn't want to put my hand in the pipe because there could be an insect in there that would hurt me. Now, I think this is completely the wrong speed. What angle is that, for starters? I'm just talking to people about the insects we have here. Scorpions aren't insects, but there are scorpions here, and you do not want to put your hand in a hole and get stung by one of them, because I've seen ones that are like this big and that would hurt. What's up? Why do we use Squarespace? If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, and even offer buy now or pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your website. Using the prompts, you choose what you'd like and go from there. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in search results. With their integrated SEO tools, you can get discovered by more people faster. And with their fluid engine, customization is at your fingertips. Drag, drop, and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, as Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieprojects or use our code indieprojects for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
I may look like I'm playing Quidditch, but in fact...
I hate to break it, you don't look like you're playing Quidditch.
Bee says I don't look like I'm playing Quidditch.
You're on a broomstick!
I've got a big pipe in my hands, and basically what I need to do is route the pipe through the wall in lots of different angles to go to where our Belfast sink is going to sit, just over here. That's obviously where our water comes in, and we're going to have our tap and our sink. So this is the waste pipe, so it shouldn't take very long. I've just started it, and let's see how I get on.
So Theo's, you want to talk?
The best bit to get a level cut is you get your level, you put it on there, and you make sure everything's perfect, and then you cut through the end of the level just to make sure it's bang on.
I was questioning as you were doing it, I was thinking, is he making this up? Because I'm believing him at the moment.
Can you just hold my pipe a second? Thank you.
He thinks he's funny. Hang on, can you just show everyone your epic tan lines?
So I've been on the excavator recently, doing a secret project that I'm going to reveal to you guys very soon. In my spare time, if I have any. Basically,
oh my gosh, they've got even browner.
But it's because
hang on, wait.
I'm sitting like that on the digger, and the sun is just hitting there.
You need to also, the tan lines go all the way to the bottom. Pull your socks down.
I mean, that ain't a bad look.
It is. Pull your socks down.
No.
So no, come on. I want it to be the proper. What's the ice cream called? Neapolitan. So we're just dry fitting the pipe first to see how everything goes, how it fits, whether it goes where we want it to. And this is, I think this is the final long pipe to go in.
The final countdown.
The final long pipe. Tell you what, anyone who ever fits a kitchen in a converted barn, welcome to a world of hell, of stone walls.
So basically, this unit isn't far from where it's actually going to go, and the gap is ridiculous, so we need to get creative. That's why we haven't put the work surface on yet, obviously, because we need to do the piping, but we're going to have the countertop that comes to here, and then we're going to have to get creative and scribe the rest of the thing.
Yeah, because they don't do countertops wide enough to fit that, exactly. Because most people don't have an irregular wall to fit against, and that's why we procrastinated on doing it for so long, because it's a mind beep.
You'd have to basically find a tree that is humongous. So like if you use Douglas fir, like it'd have to be at least probably 1.5 meters in diameter width to be able to scribe this in. So we ended up just going normal worktop, and then we'll get creative. We'll show you, we'll get there.
It's so exciting seeing this kitchen coming together.
It's going to look really cute. It's going to look cool.
And even though it wasn't finished when we lived here, we did use it. I had stuff in all the cupboards. It was used. I just did all the cooking and everything outside, so good kitchen, even though we didn't use it to its full potential, but it will be brand spanking new for the new owners. Is interesting.
It's all about the stance.
Why did you have to turn your back? No one's allowed to see how you pipe. It's called the what?
The plumber's stance.
Oh, hang on, wait.
It's perfect.
No, turn around, away from me. I'm trying to see if you've got the typical plumber's attire.
Oh, no.
Oh, let down. Your crack's supposed to be hanging out. Can we rectify that? So we need to level all of these units up before we put them in place. This one's the toughest because obviously you cannot get around the back once it's in. So that one needs leveling, obviously that one as well, and then this one. And the feet, I think this one has like 6 feet or something really awkward, and it's gonna be difficult actually. Oh, and we don't have the mega long spirit level with us.
I've got a jigsaw with me so I can just cut that hole in.
All right, that's the most frustrating thing. Just checking the mic. It's the most frustrating thing about doing the finishing little bits is not remembering absolutely every single tool that you're gonna need, because it is an hour and something drive here. There's always something that you forget. And the long spirit level, which I did think of yesterday, it's in the forest at the cabin build. So when we were using it the other day, because we were up there, and at the time we were there, I thought we need to bring that with us, and then I totally forgot. But we do need it because it'll make life so much easier leveling up these counters, which I'm not looking forward to do. Looking forward to doing. No, we don't have a hole saw with us.
Got a pretty big spade bit.
No, it's not big enough though.
I can do a couple of them and then jigsaw in between.
Yeah, true. Oh, that is a pretty big spade bit.
Not
You're
bad,
right, yeah. Theo just suggested testing it. I was already come in with some water, so shall I go outside?
Yeah, so you can see our waste
Hang on,
pipe.
where is the waste pipe? All the way down there, right?
All the way down there. It's
I'm
quite
gonna
lower.
shut that door.
So obviously you don't want waste smells and stuff.
That's
and
true.
I've dug like a really gravel pit at the bottom so it all soaks away.
I'm gonna go down there now. All right. I can hear it, so that's a positive sign. It'll be coming out the small pipe. The big one is for the rainwater. I can actually hear the noise from... Oh, here we go. It's working.
No leaks up here.
Brilliant.
No leaks, first try. Let's go, another job ticked off.
Job number 4 is actually the archway going into the barn. We've got some really thin, flexible plywood, and the height is about 7 centimetres, so we're going to make it a bit shorter so it actually fits all the way around so it's uniform. It's just a question of whether it is flexible enough. We might have to dampen it, and whether we can cut it, because we don't have, like I said, every single tool on hand here. And we don't want to use the table saw back at home because it's so thin, it'll probably just shred it. Theo reckons he could do it with a Stanley knife. So I'm curious to see whether that'll work. We've got more than enough plywood to test it out, so let's see. And here is the sheet in question. Is it 5mm? Yeah, it's 5mm.
5mm. We haven't got a tool.
I've already said to them, you reckon you could use a Stanley knife, so let's see.
I'm gonna try, I reckon Stanley even half through it.
Okay,
Hopefully Stanley will come through and then we can snap it.
Let's see.
But we're seeing the rough edge can go at the bottom where you can't see it anyway. So yeah.
So, hang on. What am I doing? We need to measure the length of it. It's a shame we can't just do one strip.
Do the cushion.
Oh, get over your cushion obsession. You're not using that manky old cushion, mate. It's over. I have seen people saying they can't wait to see me tile this, but I'm not going to tile it. I want to leave this to the new owners if they want to tile it, or just leave it as is, because...
I mean, it needs a clean.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to leave it exactly as is. It does need a clean.
But we've run out of time. Like, everything takes longer than you'd expect.
Well, just tiling, it's like... They might not like the colour I use or whatever, so if I just leave it as this nice rug, which works really well, does a great job, then if they want to change it, they can just pull it up and put tiles down or whatever they want.
Pass me some stuff. If there's a ruler in there, flat ruler, metal.
I saw the flat ruler, metal, hanging up in the garage. Do you want
square.
this?
And do you have a pencil?
Do you have a pencil? There was a pencil, whether it got packed away the other day. Here it is. Oh my gosh, we actually have a pencil. Look at us being organised. Oh, we don't just have a pencil. We have a whole pack of pencils. So Theo has just done the nice line, and the next step is to cut it with the Stanley knife.
We're getting sweat everywhere.
Don't get sweat everywhere, please. Hang on, are you going to put something underneath it so you don't score straight through?
All the way through 5 mil.
Look at the confidence. I'm not going to go through. Watch him go through. I want the wood to tell me how it feels about this. And the ant that's right by Theo's finger.
Can you hold... Go on, mate.
How am I supposed to hold and film? Let me just clamp this onto something.
No, I can nail.
There we go. You don't need me. I'm so curious to see if this works. This actually feels like a science experiment. This is great.
I'm 50-50 of whether this Stanley is not the best. Is it legit? It is a Stanley.
Oh, wow. So, using a Stanley knife with a Stanley blade. Obviously, that's not where I was going. With a Stanley spirit level. There's all the Stanleys. Come on, Stanley, pull through. Update on the Stanley Cut. It's doing a nice cut. It has not gone all the way through, so you know, no, it hasn't. It'll be good actually. I'm think Theo's envisioning scoring it and then snapping it clean off. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I'd say it's gone about 2 to 3 mil deep into the wood. The only problem I've got is if when you snap it off, what if it's jagged on the other side? Maybe you should score both sides, but what if it doesn't perfectly line up? All these what ifs, you just never get anything done. You just got to go with it. You just got to take the plunge and do these things that scare you guys. Theo is shaking with sincere accuracy. I'm blocking the light. That's better. Whatever you do, don't fling off the ends, score into my beautiful wooden floor that I meticulously sanded and oiled. I feel like it would snap better going down. But what do I know? It's working. Oh my gosh. What the hell? Anyone would think you'd done this before, mate. Oh wow, it works so good. And there's one of my old chicken's feathers.
How nice is that?
Very nice.
Just finishes it, doesn't it?
Very nice.
So we'll tack that in place.
I'm liking that. And I'm going to Danish oil it as well so it matches. So I just fully hoovered this whilst Theo is doing that. And I'm not going to put it back in there. Oh, you've done the second one already. Well done. Let me just... I'm going to put you here for now. I guess I could actually just plug it into that one. But... Ooh, hello.
Bring my air compressor, and I've got a little brad nailer, so I should be able to brad nail that in place. And we're good. Then we can start staining, and it's done.
It's not staining. It's just oiling.
Oiling.
Huh? What did you try and say then?
Oh, my knees are dented. It is currently the next day, and it's not the morning. It's after lunchtime because we had the vet visit Miracle Mountain this morning to look at our goats, and also we've been going around a few different wood yards to find the perfect pieces to finish the kitchen, and we're excited that we got them. They look lovely. That top one's a beauty.
This one?
Yeah.
It's really nice, isn't it? Oh, honing those skills. Make sure it's the right level. So here we have it. We've just put the rug back in temporarily for now. It's actually changed the size, so we need to trim that bit of the rug so it goes in nice and smooth. But we're going to be filling in any little gaps with wood filler and then staining it. We're not going to stain it just yet. This is what we use because this is very smelly, so we'll do this just before we leave. But we're so happy with how that's turned out. It looks fab. Let's always take a moment to appreciate the kitchen that is nearly done. We've just spent some time leveling everything up. So right here is where the sink is going to go. And we do have 2 countertops. They're just not in place yet because we've been leveling it to make sure everything is in the right place. So this one is having the sink. This one is going to be obviously in the corner. And then we're having the cooker here, so it is going to be cut, and then it will continue along here with the cutlery drawer and all that, and then the gorgeous little fridge. So we've got it all level. It looks really nice. Like, I'm not going to lie, I came in after Theo had been messing around with it, and the colour of the worktop and the off-white cupboards against the stone wall and then the lime wash, this just screams farmhouse kitchen. I just love it so much. It looks exactly how we envisioned. And now Theo's going to go and get the wood that we bought today and show you what we're going to be doing with it, because it's a little bit unorthodox, but it's going to look wonderful. So from this angle, you can't really see there's much of a gap, and when you go around here, you get a much better idea of what is actually going on behind it. And there is a gap. There is very rugged wall. The GoPro never fully shows the real ruggedness of it, but these cupboards are as far back as they can go because there are stones in the way that we couldn't move because they're part of the original wall. So what we're going to be doing with the wood that Theo's going to bring in, I will show you, but it's going to have something to do with covering this gap here, and the same goes for around here.
So, as Bee said, it's a bit unorthodox, but you have to get creative when you're working with stone buildings. The walls aren't straight. So I've come up with this idea, and this is fatter than it's going to be. So this board right now, the reason we get a big fat board is so that when we scribe out the indentations in the wall to match the piece of wood, we still have enough to cover the gap. So this right here will sit back probably half a foot further back on the countertop, and this will be a nice place where you can store any like herbs and spices and that kind of thing, and it will look really cool because it's rustic. It's going up against a stone pointed wall, as well as the undulations in this wall as well.
Oh, also, I just want to stop you there. People might be like, why didn't you just do the whole like that, the whole countertop like that?
The countertops come in a certain size, so I would need a countertop that's nearly twice as big to scribe in, and scribing...
Never seen a tree that wide.
A tree that wide would be hard to find, and scribing a piece of wood that's as thick as a countertop is going to be tricky. So this is like a really good balance. It's going to look amazing. You just have to trust the process. Trust me, it's going to look good.
You've trusted us this far, look what we've done.
In the next video, you will see it finished, hopefully, and that will be the end of the kitchen and basically the end of the inside of this beautiful barn conversion. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss a video.